So, playing through the expeditions, there's some things that I have learned. Hellbugs are the easiest, by far. The Hellion, though, the Hellion boss, is one of my least favorites. She pretty much sucks. And this arena, I guess we would call it, for this boss fight, it's the worst arena that you could possibly be in. Out of any of the maps you can end up in, this is the worst. By far and away, everything has access to you. There's no place to get away from anything. It's pretty darn horrific. I did quite a bit of complaining about it because for like 4 times in a row we fought bosses on this arena. It was just determined that this would be where we would do our fighting. So it was extremely frustrating. What else have I learned? Well, when they pretty much said that your ego was going to be your power, they meant it. A low ego person cannot hang on the same difficulty as a higher ego person, which kind of sucks. It's kind of one of those things I said. It would pull you apart from certain people, keep you from playing with them, because they're going to be lower egos, and they're not going to be able to deal with this. Because I found that level 32 is really, really where it amps up. It amps up pretty darn heavily on 32. Now, or I should say tier 32, not level 32, but yeah. Have you wondered why are you using a Kanker? It doesn't make any sense. Well, I've talked about it, or I've shown it before in another video. This is my Kanker that has the 30% self-revive refresh roll on it. So I have this equipped so my self-revive will come back faster. And I mean, it still does damage. I mean, it's nowhere near the damage you want, but something is better than nothing. So that's kind of what I'm going with on that. And getting my self-revive back. So pretty much go around with it. You'll see me flip back to my other weapon occasionally, kind of hoping that maybe my self-revive came back with it. You kind of start to learn the thing. You see, this is where it's handy. I get to pick him up and waste it because he was down instantaneously. It was one of those horrible timings. I should have just let off because that was really bad. What I also seem to be seeing is I'm not seeing the better loot, I guess I should say. I'm seeing that the better loot is not on the higher tiers. Higher tiers were giving me a lot of purples and everything, and I actually did get another legendary chip from a lower tier. So these higher tiers, which I know it's all random, anything can happen, but these higher tiers were not giving me better gear, what I would call better gear. The things that are stayed in my inventory, most of those came from a lower tier, so there's that. Plus, there's a guy in the clan who pulled 2 arcs on lower tiers. I mean, arc shields, legendary arc shields. So, technically, I mean, this is another chance for that upper level loot that a lot of us really want to see happening. And it's probably kept me playing. I played for many, many hours this day. Just hoping for that loot. I did learn to use those ledges to your advantage. When he comes after you, they can't climb up on them. They can cheat when they're on top and kind of reach out and pop you, but that's about it. So, yep, unfortunately, my lower tiered friends really couldn't seem to hang, or whatever you wish to call it. There were some people that were just randomly on purposely joining at some point. Not here. Everybody here we knew in this group, but a little bit later. You know, some people have things to do, or, you know, they don't have hunter requisitions when they go down, so they go out. And I had lower people hopping in and everything, and you find out real quick that they are not capable. And some of them understand they're not capable. They see real quick, holy crap, this tier is above and beyond what I am actually capable of. My ego isn't really allowing this, so they don't really get to do the amount of damage you need them to do, and they can't really sustain the amount of damage that you need them to be able to. And I mean, a lot of things are a one-hit kill. No matter low or high ego, it's just going to one-hit kill you. So sometimes I'm hanging on by a thread at the end of a hit, and, you know, that's if you're a lower ego, you're just not going to be able to at this level. That's why they set it up so that a lower ego person could start their own match and be within their own limits. And I'm telling you, 32 is awful. 33 was really something special. And yeah, that was, you'll see me run straight over here. That was 100% my bad right there. Kind of. I mean, I was trying to shoot it and he ran over there and it went in there. But I felt bad. So I was more than willing to use my... You like this little dance? My self-revive on him, since technically in the end it was me who shot at it and brought it down. Just trying to... I know in some things enemies would spawn out of them, so I just try to keep them down if I can. But and at the end of a round, if you don't shoot those count as enemies. You have to shoot those to make the round progress. So you might, if you can't find an enemy and the round isn't ending, look for a crystal, because that could be part of your problem right there. And I think it was at round, I don't remember if it was this one. I'm pretty sure it was tier 33, where the skitterlings are even doing serious, massive damage to you. A skitterling hit was taking away like a third or a half of my shield. It was just ridiculous. I was like, are you serious right now? A skitterling is doing this kind of damage? But I mean, I guess that's what you get. You play it for a little bit, you go up in that tier threat level, which I mean, pretty much every round we did, it brings you up a tier of level. So, and if you really don't understand what the tier is, I think the tier is kind of sort of like your threat level. I don't know that it's like technically threat level 31, because that would be, I mean, when you look at a threat level 10 enemy, threat level 31 would be, I don't know, hours killing if they progressed it properly. So, but it's just kind of a way for you to gauge the difficulty. And really, once you've hit 30, you're really starting to hit a lot more difficult stuff there. And yeah, sometimes you just kind of have to hope you can get to somebody. And you look, I'm trying to look and see if I have a chance to revive whoever that was, or if they could get up. And it's not always that easy. It'd be easier if everybody has a mic too. I don't think we had a full group of mics. Mics let you say, hey, just wait, I'm trying this, or don't get me up, because I would have people pick me up when you're on purposely holding off on using your self-revive, trying to get to a little bit of a safer spot so that you're not downed instantly, and they'll run by and try to pick you up and waste their self-revive. And you're like, man, you always feel bad, but I'm like, I could have told you that if I'd have done it. Man, you see what is going on there. That guy's on me, so I cannot pick him up. That's what's, what makes it really hard is you find it difficult to shoot the enemies. When do I get to do damage to the enemies? I'm spending so much time running from them. Look at the tick damage from the fire. You spend so much time running from them. When do I get to stop and actually take some enemies out? I mean, that's what makes it so hard, especially this map. There is no breathing room on this map. This map is by far the hardest, and there goes our death. I just... doing what you can to survive, sometimes it's hard to stop and help people, even if you would really like to stop and help. And I still don't know how the skitterlings were a little bit affected, but this guy wasn't. This was the guy who was needing to be affected. But I mean, I don't know much what to say about expeditions. It's good to do because of the loot, but they are, after a little bit, frustrating. When it gets to a certain difficulty, there is frustration, and we are doing this with the hell bugs after several failures with the mutants and everything, getting frustrated with the one-hit kills that we were sustaining and everything, and you just can't survive like that. When you've got enemies, I think it was the mutants we ran into, the I can't remember his name, one of the guys with the hatchets, and he threw a hatchet and downed me, and I revived, and he threw a hatchet and downed me. Somebody picked me up. He hit them with a hatchet and then ran over and hit me. Just hit me. And it's like, you've got to be kidding. This is some of the most insane stuff I've ever seen. The one-hit kills kind of destroy it. It's not fun. You know, when he has this homing hatchet he can throw that has a very, very small chance of even missing you, then that kind of takes away a little bit of the fun we get from expeditions, because that's just frustrating. One hit kill, you don't have a chance to escape, which is kind of what you get here. All you can do is run for your life. There's no chance to, get anywhere, do anything, to do much. It really stretches out the boss fight. As you can see, this has been nothing but the boss fight, and you see the amount of time we spent. I'm happy when I get to spend a quarter of a second shooting at the boss because of all the ads that are constantly on you. You just have to try to use the terrain to your advantage. So, and I saw it today, and all I'm gonna say is, when you are running an expedition with people, don't open the skitterling rooms. If you see somebody lagging back a little bit, especially on the higher tier levels, because they take a lot more damage and they can disappear quickly, pay attention to what's going on around you, and don't open the door. Don't open the door. I had a skitterling get away, and there's nothing more disappointing than watching a skitterling get away with no loot, because somebody opened the door while two other people are all the way across a different room. Because this strategy, you have to stop at points. You let your self-revive build up. You don't just rush forward and open every door as fast as you can. Sometimes just stop, take a breather, pay attention to what your teammates are doing, and don't open doors when they may not be ready to either fight or, take an opportunity to get loot like that. So just little things like that. So my advice, lower threat levels, go ahead and do your mutants and raiders. Higher threat levels, save that for hellbugs. While I'm not saying hellbugs are easier, in my opinion, they are easier to do than those two. Because while the hellbugs have one-hit kills, theirs take a second to wind up most of the time, and they don't instantaneously kill you without you having a chance to even think about what's going on, which is awful. So stick with hellbugs for that. And this one is over, so we will head out of here, and I hope you guys enjoy your expeditions, and I'll catch you guys later.